All right, we back again. It's still a party in this mother. You know, somebody K-100 Radio. I'm your host, Blizzard. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to the show. You did?
K-100, you bastards.
Right. Where's my background music? Oh, all right. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We're ready for the next interview we got coming up today. 347-934-0966. Let me make sure we got him on the line. We got SNIPE on the line. SNIPE, what up?
Yo.
What's happening, brother? What's going on, man? Welcome to K-100 Radio, man. What's good with you, folks?
I'm good.
All right, man. It's good to have you on the broadcast. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this background music down real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself to the people, dog. Go ahead and tell them who you is, bro.
Man, I'm CEO SNIPE, man. My new single, Flex Up. I'm part of MGMG, the label, Over the Top Production.
All right. Shout out to the homie, man. Welcome to the broadcast. For the first time, I've never talked to you before, but let's go ahead and jump into this thing. You dig?
You are tuned into K-100 Radio, hip-hop and R&B.
Yeah.
K-100, you bastards.
All right. Again, 347-934-0966. That is the number to dial into the show, man. And, you know, I was out and about now, and I ran into my homegirl, Lady Shack, and she told me that she got another artist that she's working with, her and Lala Shep. I just actually seen Lala Shep not too long ago at the One Dynasty joint. And they both been raving about the homie right here, man. Say, yo, he's got some good music. He's out here grinding, man. So we're like, okay, we will get him on K-100 Radio, man. We going to, you know, introduce him to our people. You feel me? So I want to welcome you to the broadcast, man. Where you from, bro?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised.
Hey, A-Town in the building. What side of town? What zone? What zone?
Man, zone 3, man.
All right, for sure. In the building, man. So I got a lot of questions for you, man. So you ready to get into it?
I'm ready. Let's get it.
All right, man. So I guess first thing would be, with you being from Atlanta, and Atlanta, you know, we just talked to another artist that was from Florida. We got other people from, you know, other states that's coming on the line next after you for this series of direct line interviews. How do you feel about the people who move from Atlanta, who come here to do music, as opposed to people who are born and raised in Atlanta, and the grind, and the difference in the grind, and the difference in the views of what Atlanta, how Atlanta should be represented, who should represent Atlanta, and in the music industry, in hip hop? What do you think about all of that?
I mean, everybody have a dream to be, you know what I'm saying, famous and successful. So, if a person moves to another state, if that's what they got to do to make it, then, you know, I could grasp. But, like, as far as you saying you Atlanta based, I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? It's the hometown, so I stand behind my hometown, and that's just what it is.
All right, so you don't have a problem with somebody coming here to relocate, to put the work in, but you do have a problem with them saying I represent Atlanta.
Yes, that's I mean, that should be in the city. I mean, you can't represent a city if you ain't from it.
What about it? Ain't,
you know, if you come and you make it, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's where the war.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like we've given a plethora of artists who really ain't born, who really ain't Grady babies, a pass in the industry at this particular point. So what about you know, it's not where you're from, it's where you're at mentality. That's a no fly. That's a no go. Nah.
That's no. Nah, like it ain't. It's where you from, man. You got to represent your hometown. If that means you don't represent, and then if you don't stand up for your hometown.
All right. I asked you that question because I always, you know, whenever I run into independent artists in Atlanta, you know, a lot of them, you know, some of them really don't care because, you know, they work with different people. It's twofold. Like I meet artists who from Atlanta who like to work with people that's not from Atlanta because they feel like they're more serious because they moved to a whole nother city to work, to grind. And then you meet the ones like, man, if they ain't from, you know, around the way, I ain't fucking with them. Like they can't be I ain't trying to do no music with them, or if you do, you know, it's just business, whatever. You're not trying to build a personal connection. I guess I got a varied opinion about it since I'm from somewhere else. I'm actually from Florida, but I've been here for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, after you live somewhere 20 years, you know, you kind of wear it on your chest just like you do. But when people ask me where I'm from, of course, yes, I always rep the A5R. It's always Panama City, Florida. But 20 years of putting in work in the city also, I feel, gives me the right to kind of sort of represent that as well. You know what I'm saying? For the culture. You know, you just for the grind. You feel me? But it's interesting. I always ask independent artists that. You feel me? Now tell me, what do you think about the independent music scene out here in Atlanta? First of all, more specifically, this question right here. There's people listening right now, and there's going to be people that listen to this, and I always meet people from other places who feel like everybody in Atlanta just get along. You ever seen that online where everybody be like, man, everybody in Atlanta just work together, blah, blah, blah. But I personally know, and I'm pretty sure you know, that everybody in Atlanta don't work together. Everybody in Atlanta don't get along. It's people who, it's janky promoters here like it's janky promoters anywhere else. What do you feel like the image of the independent music scene is in Atlanta? Do you think it's correct when people say, hey, Atlanta is the place where independent artists can go and everybody can just come together and go to the studio and make music and everything is hunky-dory? Or are you one of these people who are realists like myself who feel like Atlanta is got a lot of opportunities, but when it comes to hating and other bullshit, it's all in the game here too? What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, it's all in the game. It ain't peaches and cream now. You can't just go in the studio and be, I'm finna go in here with him, we finna do a rapper. Nah, it ain't like that. It's a lot of hate. It's a lot of bullshit go on.
Right. I always make a point to tell people that because again, when you're other places, people just feel like when you come to Atlanta, that's it. You good once you touch down. And people have came here and made a lot of opportunities for themselves. But I think they just have a real like grandiose idea of what really goes down in Atlanta, bro. And I'm like, bro, this shit is bullshit in the game for independent artists here, just like anywhere else. It's just more opportunities. What do you think about the actual grind though of being an independent artist right now in Atlanta? Like, you know, what is it that you're doing with your campaign that you feel is a little bit different to make you stand out and be the next up?
I mean, the street work, you got the grind from the streets. You get the streets behind you, you pretty much, you got Atlanta. Cause they the voice of Atlanta, the streets. The streets really the voice of any city. Once you do and put that footwork in and hit these clubs and do these mix shows and all the little industry nights, you got that's the groundwork for your promotion. Like get out here and hand out CDs. As me being an artist, and see, it was hard for me because I was a CEO first. I own a label.
Right.
So I started rapping, and now I got to reach back and go stand on corners or stand at a gas station and hand out a CD. So I had to adapt.
So you did it backwards. You started the label first, and you had artists signed. Well, yeah, I just caught what you just said because I want to make sure we pause real quick. I gotta address that.
Artists. I have three, four artists signed to me.
Okay, wait a minute.
So
let me stop. All right, let me stop the music. So you had the artist sign. So was you, all right, this is a real good question I got to ask you first. Was you a rapper before you ever started the label, or did you never really stepped in the booth and then you started the label and then you started rapping kind of like a Birdman situation?
Yeah, like a Birdman. I started the label and then I stepped in the booth after.
Okay. That's something that we don't really technically see often. So I mean, you know, I'm eager to hear what you got going on. Now, the good thing about that is this. It's probably a great chance that I'm going to start my music. I just want to make sure I heard everything clear. Because normally when you say somebody they're the CEO or whatever, you know, they probably rapped a little bit, then they got tired of rapping and they jumped behind the scenes. You feel me? I mean, look at me. I did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I jumped behind the scenes and started the internet radio station. You feel me? You know what I mean? I step out every now and again. I recently did, but, you know, for the most part, I'm where I'm at. So I guess the first question is, how did people react? Like, did people take you serious as an artist? Because I got to be honest with you, like, when like somebody like Baby, I'm like, or like even with Diddy, you feel what I'm saying? Like when you hear them rap, do you get the well, he ain't even really a rapper anyway shit, because you really wasn't? You started out as something else? Do you ever get that?
I mean, I don't get that. I get like, he really can rap. Like, I ain't never heard him rap, so now I'm listening to what he talking about. I know he's talking about something that he don't been through, and they really tuning in to what I got to say.
All right. So I would imagine then, though, the upside to that is your business is probably more in order than anybody. You feel what I'm saying? Since you actually had artists first and you ran a label, then, you know, the inconsistencies that come with a lot of independent artists, you know what I'm saying? Music not registered, you're not registered with a PRO, all this other kind of shit. I'm pretty sure you don't have those issues then, since you was running the label first. which is an upside.
Nah, I ain't got none of those.
Right.
All my business is in good attire.
I'm pretty sure you own your own publishing and all that, and you actually know who owns it. I guess I could say.
Yeah.
That wasn't a veiled shot at anybody, but you should know that kind of information no matter what you think. All right, let me jump to another question. You dig?
You are tuned to K-100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
K-100, you bastard.
We get ready to jump to the music. We got SNIPE on the line, representing Zone 3. ATL, born and raised. You feel what I'm saying? He said he all right. He don't mind y'all coming to the city and grinding, but you can't rep the 8. He don't like when you rep the 8. All right, fair enough. Let's jump to this question. When it comes to the Atlanta music scene, Atlanta is no doubt diverse as hell. No matter what, even if you don't like the fact that people are here, they're here. It's a diverse city. It's a lot of stuff to do. Atlanta sound, the sound of Atlanta. First of all, let me ask you this: what is trap music to you? Define trap music to me. Just
I mean,
what's trap music to you?
Trap music is supposed to be street music, like the Dope Boys, just the Atlanta, the street life. That's trap music, but it's a lot of I don't know. They Atlanta want to dance. I don't know what's going on with the dancing, man.
So if what's in so when you say trap, it's got to be basically about the game, basically.
Yeah, it's about the game. It is the game. Growing up in the neighborhoods I grew up in, we looked up to the drug dealers, and that's just what we seen. That's who we seen making money, and that's what we seen. I ain't know too much about a doctor until I went to school, and I want to be a doctor. I looked up to the drug dealers.
All right, so when you hear people from other places, like other states, and they have a sound that sounds like quote-unquote Southern trap or whatever you want to call it, a lot of people say that has helped the game, and a lot of people feel like it has hurt it. What do you feel about that?
I feel it's a lot of rappers who ain't from the street who rap street music, and that is just like it's watered down. Like they image. Niggas know you not about that life. That's why you end up getting your chain took, or you end up getting slapped and put on the internet. Like, don't rap about something you ain't about. That's what I feel.
Right. That's generally a good piece of advice. I gotta let you chime in also on one other thing, and we're gonna get ready to jump into this music. All right, we're gonna play the song. Chime in on what you feel about old heads versus new cats, like people who feel like because in Atlanta has an old guard of hip hop. When we're talking about the LaFace era of Atlanta, when Atlanta first started popping, you had a lot more diversity in the music. You feel what I'm saying? You had a lot of artists coming out of Atlanta that didn't sound alike, that had their own unique style. Even you, SNIPE, got to admit that right now it's a lot of cats that sound like a lot of cats in Atlanta, right? We can go ahead and agree on that, right?
Yeah, we can agree on that.
Yeah. So, what is the fix in the old head versus new cats? Like the cats who feel like the cats who are fans of Andre 3000 or Goody Mob and all those people who came out back in the day who would still have lyrics and originality. And then you got the new generation of people like maybe Lil Yachty or whoever else, even Migos. I guess people would try to put them in the same lane. What do you feel about the animosity that goes on between the two different generations of rap? Because if you're in Atlanta, it's really prevalent, because here there is when it comes to the South, you had all different kinds of stuff, and then it's kind of narrowed down. What do you feel about all that? What do you feel about people who say, man, these young cats ain't talking about nothing, fuck that, and we want to get back to the old ways? What do you feel about all that, from an Atlanta perspective?
Me being around, you know what I'm saying, I know, like, music back then was music. Nowadays, these cats really ain't talking about nothing. Back then, it was more lyrically, and it was more, I can relate to that. I can't relate to Peekaboo. I'm fucking, like, what is that? That's a hit? Come on, bro. You talking about Peekaboo. Like, come on, man. For real?
So
that ain't, I don't know,
but,
man. Is that what music is? and that's what the. I mean, I understand times change, but I mean that's what they listening to now.
But I mean, because there's always been a little bit of that. I was checking the audio real quick. There's always been a little bit of that in Atlanta. I mean, you feel me? Somebody might say, well, it's always been, you know, some kind of dance music or whatever in Atlanta. You know, whether it was the Nene, Laffy Taffy, or whatever. It's always been that. Even back in the day, you know, you had bass music. And that was really centered around dancing. You feel me? You know, in the bass music era, that was all about dancing, leaving the club dripping wet like you just jumped out of the pool. So I guess that's ingrained in Atlanta, dancing. I mean, bass music is all about dancing and partying, I guess. So I don't know. It's interesting to just ask people who born and raised in Atlanta who in the music industry right now these kind of questions. But let's jump into some of the music. You dig? All right. Now I got a song called Flexed Up, and yeah, that's the one I have. Tell me about Flexed Up, who produced it, and we gonna get ready to run this joint.
I mean, we really produced it on me and wanted to be Mr. Fuck Smoke Chill guy. We was sitting in the studio, and I said that we wanted to get in the booth and do, and I got in there and we produced the record. So it's really in-house produced.
In-house,
and it's the person who did the track is Polo Boy Shouty.
All right, Polo Boy Shouty. So shout out to him. Let's check this joint out. This is called Flex Up. This is Snipe right here on K-100 Radio. Representing Zone 3, A-Town in the building. You dig? Let's check it out.
You are tuned to K-100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
K-100, you bastards! You bastards!
Polo Boy Shouty on the track, so I am feeling it.
Plug.
Flex, spit the check. Whoa. Every day a nigga flex. I got now, fuck a next. Whoa. Every day a nigga flexing. Every day a nigga flexing. Flex up, hey. Flex. Whoa. Flex up, hey. Flex. Whoa. Every day a nigga flexing. Every day another bitch keep on texting. I ain't stressed. I be that joke just like Michael J. 23, shoot that bitch Michael J. I can get paid in 100 ways. Yeah, I ain't stay for 100 days. Remember trapping out the hallways. Painkillers working always. Yeah. Back when I wasn't getting no money, shit I used to cap for a living. Put the puss off this cap for a living. I got real homies come where you live. Never seen a nigga blind on a mission. Got box, no bleed. Yeah, I can sit with the owners. Know it's gas, I can smell the aroma. Life a piece of shit till you get a check. Flex, spit the check. Whoa. Every day a nigga flex. Every day a nigga flex. I got now, fuck a next. Whoa. Every day a nigga flexing. Every day a nigga flexing. Flex up, hey. Flex. Whoa. Flex up, hey. Flex. Whoa. Kawasaki, California. I got real multis, California. Like what you make it. All the rich worth it. 2 cell phones, both of these bitch chirping. I run a nursery, you know the rats in the attic can't hurt me. Break them down, stitch them up just like surgery. Niggas fake flex and hold it the first one. Flip, on to the next. Don't get call, nigga. Don't get Peter, roll, nigga. Flex, broke up through a text. I just left my old hoe and woke up to my ex. Sex, money, murder, that's how we do it, nigga. Self-made men, and it's still SMM, nigga. Militant mind, you're down and dirty with the fine on peace side. And on peace sign, 2 gun, nigga, peace side, yo. Flex, spit the check. Whoa. Every day a nigga flex. Every day a nigga flex. I got now, fuck a next. Whoa. Every day a nigga flexing. Every day a nigga flexing. Flex up, hey. Flex. Flex. Whoa.
Real rap promo.
struggling with getting people to listen to your music? Do you need a bigger fan base? Real Rap Promo is here to help you. Log on to www.realrappromo.com today to see how they can help you with all your promo and marketing needs.
Real Rap Promo.
Use the promotional code RADIO at checkout to get 20% off on all services.
MidwestMixtapes.com, the #1 website for Midwest rap. MidwestMixtapes.com. They promote and market albums, mixtapes, singles, and videos. MidwestMixtapes.com. They can get you on DJ conference calls, blogs, and email blasts. MidwestMixtapes.com. They work with several magazines, college radio campaigns, and street teams in multiple cities.
Records presents West Crave.
West Crave with his new chart-topping single,
Dream of Getting Home.
They try to tell me that I'm living right. My view tells me that I'm living right. I used to dream of getting on. Now I just put my on.
available on all major music platforms.
New album
By the code.
dropping fall 2017.
Go to westcrave.com now.
Fun fact: on August 11th, 1973, hip hop was born. August 11th, 2017, hip hop is revisited. Real music revisited. Hip hop Volume 1. Contact at www.realmusicrevisited.com.
Jaquan sitting at Kurt Cobain, gotta get his green, you know what I mean?
All right. Had to run across the run those ads, holler at the people, man. Make sure you rock with any of those interviews that you just saw come across your screen, or if you're listening, make sure you rock with them. They're all advertisers on K100 Radio. All the information can be found on the website. Hit us up, K100radio.com. We're still over here chopping it up with SNIPE, CEO SNIPE, matter of fact. CEO turned rapper SNIPE, matter of fact, to be 100% clear about all that. Yeah. All right, man, so we've had a pretty interesting conversation with the homie about Atlanta, people that's not from Atlanta, independent music in Atlanta, the independent scene, trap music. We done talked about a lot of stuff in these little 30 minutes, bro. We covered a lot of ground. Yeah, covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so we just ran, and we just ran this joint Flexed Up that we just produced, was it by Polo Boy Shorty, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Produced by Polo Boy Shorty. All right, so before we get ready to go, we got to wrap it up. We've got Tamika Staley coming up next. We got about 5 minutes. Let me ask you some real shit about the independent music scene as an artist. Where are you at with the open mic scene and the showcase scene in Atlanta for independent artists?
I mean, independent. I did a couple of them. My name was big in the streets anyway. I'm well-known Atlanta native, you know what I'm saying? So my name was big everywhere. So it was like, I did a couple of showcases and industry nights, and then they was like, man, we want to put them on different stages. Like this month coming up, I'm performing on Street Set for 94.5.
Right. That's good. That's big. That's a big crowd. It's gonna be dope right there, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that. Look, you feel me? So, do you think you have somewhat of an advantage because you are from Atlanta? Like, here's my thing. I came here in 1997, right? So I've been here for 20 years, right? And when I touched down,
right,
it took me because I'm from a small town, and I knew people when I got here. I had family here and everything, but I didn't go to high school with folk. I didn't go to Tri-City. I didn't go to Doug or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But when I got here, I got up. The first place that I actually started grinding musically was East Point, which was good because East Point itself is like a smaller community of people per se that really know each other like that, and it felt more like where I'm from because I'm from a small city, and so it felt more like home. I was glad that I touched down in that particular area because it really reminded me of my own neighborhood. You feel what I'm saying? And so I gelled with the people there. You feel me? And that's where I first started creating music and everything. And so I guess when you're here and you went like right now, if you run into somebody that work at Streets 94 and y'all went to high school together, or if it's some promoter who's been grinding and he got the biggest showcase in the city and y'all played on the football team together. You feel me? Those kind of relationships, you know what I'm saying? You just kind of sort of, if y'all was cool like that, it's like a easy conversation opener, whereas somebody from out of town is like a complete stranger. What do you think that gives people from Atlanta a distinct advantage? Because I really do. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, the problem with that is, though, Snipe, I got to tell you is I don't see, it's a lot of people that are in power positions that aren't from here. So they kind of null and void those little backdoor ways of being able to network with people. But what do you feel about that?
I mean, it can be an advantage and it can be a disadvantage. It could be a promoter you don't got to fight with, and or a radio personality you don't got to fight with in school, and now you need him to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be a disadvantage and it can be an advantage.
I was going to ask you that. That's basically what I wanted you to say. Like, I've seen it work both ways. You feel me? And before we get ready to go, I'm gonna make sure you get about all your information. But one last word on the born and raised in Atlanta on the outside. You know, a lot of times, like he just said, it can work both ways. You feel me? I meet a lot of people who from Atlanta who feel like they want to shut out people who ain't from Atlanta. Like they don't only want to deal with somebody because they ain't really from here, blah blah blah. And I think either way is crazy. Whether you want to work with them or not. The point is, I think everything should kind of be based on the merit of the individual that you meet, what they got going on. Can it be beneficial to your grind? You feel what I'm saying? Like all of this, because it's just too many people here, bro, from other places to try to have that kind of a attitude about it. That's what I think. It's just too many people from other places here. You're not gonna win like that, ultimately. But that's my opinion.
The city is crowded with rappers and people trying to industry people. Everybody. Then you have your people who pretend they know this person and know that person, and only in it for the money. It's like you just gotta do your homework before you mess with people.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, man. Before we get ready to ride out here, I got my 6 o'clock coming up. Go ahead and tell everybody any information you want them to know. Give them your contact information, website, anything that you want them to know before we get ready to roll out.
Hey man, my IG is mgmg_252. You can find me on mgmgthelabel.com. Over the top promotion with the Lady Sack. She my manager, wonderful lady. The label again is MGMG The Label, which we have a page, a website, www.mgmgthelabel. And I do have a Twitter, and the Twitter is BEO Snipe. And for the kids, I have a kids IG. I have a separate IG just for the kids, which is BEO Snipe.
All right. You got everybody got all that? Everybody got all that. All right. So man, I really appreciate it, man. Big ups to Lady Shack and Lala Shep. You feel what I'm saying? Those ladies for having you for hooking everything up and having you come through. I really appreciate them for that. Big ups to them. All right. My Instagram Live. If you're on Instagram Live, we're gonna get ready to do a quick commercial break real quick, and then we'll jump back over and get ready for Tamika Castelli. Somebody I think you guys may want to tune into. She's a poet. The first time we've had a poet, spoken word artist over here on K-100 Radio. So you guys hang around for a minute. All right, Snipe, I appreciate you for coming through, bro.
No, thank you, and shout out to Beats Entertainment, and appreciate the blessing.
Absolutely, you dig? I'm gonna run this Beats by Said. May check out my homie Beats by Said too. If you guys want to get some tracks, definitely got some crack, and we'll come right back after the drop. All right.
Okay.
Pay attention, people. Let go. This is a shout out to all rappers, R&B singers, entertainers. BeatsBySaid.com. If you're looking for that exclusive production like you hearing in the background, go to BeatsBySaid.com. When you need that industry sound for a reasonable price, go to BeatsBySaid.com.